Making the choice to carry a concealed firearm, well, it's a significant moment.
It really is.
It's accepting not just a right, but honestly, a heavy responsibility, the potential need for lethal force. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something a bit different, an investigative briefing, kind of in the style of Tactical Edge, the Valortech briefing.
And we're tackling a pretty stark question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to personal protection, is getting your concealed carry class, is that truly enough, or is it just the very first step?
Well, look, we're not trying to downplay the value of that initial CCW training. It's absolutely a critical starting point, no question.
Okay.
But our mission today is really to dissect that foundation, maybe expose some of the limitations when you're talking about real world threats.
Right.
And really shed light on the essential steps that need to follow for genuine preparedness, things people often overlook.
So the goal is to give you, the listener, the critical info you need to make informed decisions about your own self-defense readiness.
Exactly. Equipping you for that journey.
Okay, so let's start with the basics then. Concealed carry training. What does that actually involve?
Well, the term itself often brings up images of, shooting qualifications, legal lectures.
Sure.
And that's largely where it starts. These courses establish the essential groundwork for responsible gun ownership.
We're talking core principles here.
Absolutely. Safe firearm handling protocols, obviously.
Right.
The very first steps in marksmanship, learning to hit the target. And even getting an introduction to handling a firearm under a little bit of stress. It's way more than just owning the gun. It's about building a safety mindset.
Cultivating discipline, essentially.
That's a huge part of it, yes. Discipline is really a cornerstone. These programs are designed to teach not just how the gun works mechanically,
Right.
but maybe more importantly, the serious legal and ethical weight that comes with carrying it concealed.
That foundational training seems indispensable then for shaping that responsible mindset.
It absolutely is for anyone choosing to carry.
And the reason people seek this out is pretty clear, isn't it? That desire for an extra layer of personal security.
Primarily, yes. But the training, good training anyway, goes beyond just the gun itself.
How so?
Well, a vital piece is developing better situational awareness.
Okay. Seeing trouble before it starts.
Exactly. Learning to spot those pre-attack cues, how to actively avoid dangerous situations. That's really your first and best line of defense.
But sometimes confrontation is unavoidable.
True. And in those cases, yes, the firearm becomes a tool, a last resort. But the goal of solid training is to enable you to react decisively, but also with measured judgment. Maybe even diffuse a threat without ever needing to fire.
So verbal de-escalation skills might be part of it too.
They often are in reputable courses, yes. It's not always about shooting.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about the legal side? You mentioned legal responsibilities. Completing the training has implications there too.
Oh, definitely. This is critical to understand. There's a potential legal advantage to having documented CCW training.
How does that work?
Well, think about it. If you're ever involved in a self-defense incident using a firearm,
Yeah.
being able to show proof of formal training can be incredibly valuable. It's tangible evidence suggesting your actions were based on an understanding of safe and lawful concealed carry principles.
So it helps demonstrate responsibility.
Precisely. It can be a really significant factor if your actions come under legal review. It shows a commitment beyond just, buying the gun.
Establishing a record of proactive learning, not just ownership, that seems like a key distinction.
It is.
But this leads us to a crucial point, doesn't it? The limitations, what that basic CCW class doesn't cover.
Right. And this is where we move from the foundation to looking at the road ahead. That foundational training is essential, like we said, but it often only gives you an introductory view.
Just scratching the surface, maybe.
In many ways, yes. The skills you build on a controlled, static firing range, well, they're necessary, but they don't fully equip you for the sheer stress, physiological and psychological of a real threat.
Yeah, the difference is huge.
It's vast. Shooting a paper is one thing.
Responding effectively when your heart is pounding, adrenaline surging, completely different ballgame. Our sources really highlight the need to bridge that gap.
And the answer isn't throwing out the basic training. It's about building on it strategically.
Okay, so what does that look like?
Seeking out more training. Things like immersive scenario-based training.
Where they simulate real confrontations.
Exactly. Forcing quick decisions under pressure. Or maybe advanced defensive tactics courses, drawing from concealment effectively, using cover, moving.
Things you probably don't get in a basic class.
Usually not in depth, no. The key takeaway here is avoiding that dangerous idea that just having the CCW permit means you're fully prepared.
Right. The legal right is one thing.
But the practical skill, honed through ongoing realistic training, is the other absolutely essential piece.
It really points to learning as a continuous process, needing to constantly adapt and refine skills for unpredictable situations, not just the range.
Precisely. And that brings up another potential pitfall: overconfidence.
The I took the class, I'm good mentality.
Exactly that. Finishing that initial course can sometimes create this false sense of security.
Which could be dangerous.
Extremely. Because, as our sources keep stressing, any skill you learn in training is perishable. It fades if you don't practice consistently. You need to reinforce those pathways.
It's like any skill, really. Use it or lose it, like muscle memory.
It is. And with self-defense skills, the stakes are just too high to let them erode.
So that regular practice is non-negotiable.
Absolutely. And focused range time isn't just about sending rounds downrange. It's about meticulously drilling the fundamentals: grip, stance, sight picture, trigger control, until they're so ingrained they become reflexive, even when your mind is racing under duress. That continuous refinement is what truly gives you an edge.
Okay, so the CCW class is the starting line, not the finish. After someone gets that certificate, what's the path forward look like?
Well, completing the class really just marks the beginning of the journey as a responsible and hopefully proficient gun owner. Right. A critical next step is regular, honest self-assessment. Where are you strong? And, maybe more importantly, where are you weak?
Identifying those vulnerabilities.
Yes. And then dedicating consistent effort to honing those core skills: marksmanship at different distances, smooth reloads, drawing quickly and safely from your holster.
Practicing under varied conditions too, maybe.
Definitely. Different lighting, maybe while moving. You need to understand how you perform under pressure outside of ideal conditions.
It's about moving beyond just being able to do it slowly and perfectly on the range.
Exactly. Developing a real understanding of your capabilities when things get dynamic.
And what about finding others to train with?
That can be incredibly valuable. Joining a reputable shooting community or club.
Why is that helpful?
Several reasons. You can learn from more experienced people, get constructive feedback on your technique. And honestly, it helps keep you motivated for that continuous practice. Plus, these groups often provide access to different kinds of training environments, maybe more realistic settings.
So the community aspect helps build skills and reinforces discipline.
It certainly can. It fosters accountability. And another key part of this journey is setting clear personal goals.
Okay. Like what?
Could be anything specific. Achieving a certain accuracy standard, mastering a specific malfunction drill, maybe deepening your knowledge of self-defense law in your area.
Having concrete objectives.
Yes, it gives your practice focus and direction. And as you hit those milestones, it builds real confidence and tangibly improves your preparedness.
So the constant theme is ongoing learning, ongoing practice.
Continuous learning and dedicated, realistic practice. Those are the non-negotiables for responsible concealed carry. They're the cornerstones.
Okay, so let's try to synthesize this investigation then. That initial concealed carry class, absolutely vital first step, no doubt.
Establishes the essential framework: safety, basic handling, legal awareness.
But our deep dive today makes it pretty clear, doesn't it? It's just the start. It represents only the beginning of a much longer commitment for anyone truly serious about responsible carry and effective self-protection.
Absolutely. The certificate gives you permission. It doesn't give you mastery.
It signals the start of that continuous process, learning, adapting, constantly refining skills.
Relentless refinement, really.
Which brings us to a final thought, a point of reflection for you, our listener. Knowing now that the basic CCW class is just that first stride, what level of commitment are you going to dedicate to that ongoing training, to skill development?
What does truly prepared actually mean for you personally beyond just having the certificate?
It's a serious question, one that demands some real self-examination. Thank you for joining us for this critical briefing on the deep dive.